That's as good as you're going to get on the entire reef. On historic, incredible tide pool. It's low tide for the year right now, right here this second. It's 6:30 Pacific Genocide time. I'm all the way out here, and I've worked this whole reef this morning. There ain't nothing here. That's it right there. I just showed it to you. That's it. How pathetic are the mussels? They should be, this time of year, they should be 100 times that, 1,000 times that. So back to what I was saying about shooting the sills. You try to rehabilitate pneumonic acid here in California, and Oregon legally shoots them. To Tim Martin, I talked to him last night. He's at Gold Beach. And I says, the sill shooters out there? Oh yeah, they're out there. Are they shooting? Yeah. Here we go. Sickly, hey? Oh. So you retail in California, and they have the muscle situation. Nate, all of it. They shoot them. So I've worked this whole peninsula. Low tide for the year, the daylight hours. So I've had this marked on my calendar for this day for, well, you know, I was in the hospital when I had a massive heart attack. 2 of them. I have a pacemaker in me. This ain't easy what I do. Got you. Be careful. Yeah. All right. Don't mind, be careful. There's an oxymoron. Oh my God. So I've worked the whole reef this morning. This is a great reef. People don't know some of the. There's a reason they put these incredible piers where they did. And the only starfish I find at low tide are crystal pier underneath it, or Zappa rope glass ocean. You know, my place. I've been in my whole life. It's just coincidence Fukushima happened in 2011, the tide pools wiped out. Just wasting disease, just demonic acid, just red tide. Happens all the time. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Not like this. So the invasive species have taken over. The seagrass and the green you see is invasive for the most part because it can live off urban runoff. Camelon, sewer. We have a major sewer problem, always have in San Diego County, La Jolla, all of it, you know. And Tijuana, oh yeah, it's a big freaking nightmare. They've been fixed that since I was a kid, but what about, they dump here. You know, the hotel industry. Oh my God, pathetic. Some shells, a few. Where's the Upper California purple urchins? God, what few sea anemones I've found have been so pathetic. Some hermit crabs. It's pathetic. I've worked the whole reef because it's that low. Look at these. How fucking sick are they? They're trying to, they're dead. They're not sick, they're dead. Oh my God, look at this. So they're trying. Those are baby sea anemones. Yeah, the species is trying to go, they just died. You know, the milk, the cloud, the soup, as I call it, the broth called the Pacific Ocean. Look how clear it is. It's like being up in the Uintas, Utah, in a crystal lake. How sad is that? Those are baby sea anemones. They're dead. All these holes you see, there you go. How pathetic is it? Every hole you see up here is, you know, these animals burrow into the earth. That's how they survive. The Upper California purple urchins are usually just carpeted here. Well, at the platonic level, you wipe out the staff of life. Big fish eat little fish, yeah, but for the most part, all these animals are plankton feeders. So she's low. I got a great, that first video I put up is fantastic. Let's fly to San Diego. Why? I don't know. We can go eat. Don't you have restaurants in your town? Okay. All right. Whatever. Okay. I don't want to get down in there. I'm going to get down over in there. Pick your poison. I'm going to get it all, in the next few days. Kevin Blanch, the marine biologist, who lives in the high desert of Utah. I'm a fool to do all your California dirty work. Nothing. This piece, in 2010, I would have already counted literally hundreds of sea stars. People used to laugh at me when I said they were wiped out. They're wiped out. Come carve your name on the rock at Sunset Cliff. Yay. I found a brittle star. People are so gone, they think a brittle star is a sea star. No, it's not. Oh my God. You can see what you need to see from above right here. Why? Because of color, kids. Tide pools are full of beautiful colors that take your breath away. Bright reds, bright oranges, bright yellows, just vibrant color. As a kid, teacher would just take you out. Friendship slaves on a leash, living in an apartment. That's their joy. They go out on that reef. Yeah. How am I going to get on that? I don't know. We'll put up over here and then come back down on that point there. I got to be more careful. Like I said, I have a pacemaker now. What great canyons. That's where the starfish thrive, right? Let's get down in there. So historic low tide. But the lowest tide of the year in daylight. So glad I got it. And I did. I always do. We've gotten lucky over the last decade as far as super, super low tides. We've had these moon cycles, these incredible moon cycles. I mean, some of the best in hundreds of years. And I've got it. I've been in the best tide pools in California at the lowest tide in hundreds of years. And divers. The Upper California tide pools tell you everything you need to know. Martha Farm, Bird Rock Elementary. Kitties, let's go to Peabody Point today and look at tide pools. Stand up there by the grass huts. Bring your crayons, and I want you to color. Just stand up above, and every color you see, I want you to get your crayons. Every crayon in the box came out. You're like, oh, there you go. There's some sea anemones. Are those the sickest sea anemones you ever saw in your life? Oh my God, it's sad, right? It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I haven't found one starfish, not one. Well, I know where to find a few starfish. I'll get over there. The only place I ever find it is the Crystal Pier or Zappa Black Ocean. And by the way, it's privately owned. Everybody wonders why it's enclosed and sagging. Get underneath it. It's collapsing. What? It's privately owned? A pier that goes out onto the ocean? Yeah, don't get me going on that. Oh, they drive cars on it? See, this is where the California purple urchins thrive. See those holes in the rocks? So they anchor in. Oh, look at these. I mean, they're trying. Those are dead. Weak. It's sad. What a visual we're getting this morning. Got the marine layer in, the June gloom. I've been down here Sometimes when the June gloom stays all summer, everybody's bitching about it, saying this is the coldest, blah, blah. Oh, fuck. It's what it does here. It's supposed to. Well, the sun, we come to see the sun. Hey, what, you been watching TV too much? That's what SoCal is. God, these are sick looking CNN. Oh, it's bad. It's really bad. Oh, look at that guy. Is that the sickest sea anemones you've ever seen in your life? Look at that one. Oh my Lord, it's sick. They're trying. They'll anchor in on the walls right there by them. Dozens, if not hundreds, of starfish. Where are they? Where are they? These are such perfect pools. At historic low tide, lowest tide of the year, in daylight hours. It could do no good to be in a tide pool in the dark. By the way, it's against the law to use artificial light. So I worked the whole reef. There's one historic reef. There's a reason they put these piers where they put them. You know, so full of the incredible life. God, that's a sick looking guy, ain't it? Oh, whoa. It's unbelievable. All collapsed in 2012, but just coincidence, bro. So all you marine biologists, let's see your field work. Let's see your field work. You're not a marine biologist without any field work. Kevin Blanch. Oh, I work for a public university, private university, public. Go tell that to Doc Ricketts. Here we go. That's the best one I found. See it? And it's pretty sick looking. Mr. Gibbers is looking pretty ill. Oh boy. There's Mary Clayton singing backup when we need her. Whoa. Whoa. Where the fuck's the starfish? It's a deep pool. Look at all the shells in there. God, we're getting a good look this morning. You fall down, dumbass. Steady, right? How beautiful is that? Talk about the Niagara Falls. Not one starfish, not one single purple urchin, not one. The sea anemones that I found are so sickly. The mussel situation's pathetic. Really pathetic. That's the best one I found. And that ain't too, they should be great, big, flowering, 10 times that size. We found some healthy ones. My grandsons did. Those lucky little guys at Carmel, right there by the golf course. The only ones I found in the last post Fukushima. How sick! Here we go. That's it. That's it. That's one sick looking puppy. These are historic epic pools. Historically, look at these sea anemones. Oh my Lord, they're dying. Got some pneumonic acid, just red tide. Happens all the time, right? And the sheep believe. We're afraid of the big Z. We're afraid of the big Z. Could blow it up. Could be a nuclear disaster. What about the one that did happen called Fukushima? Oh, don't say that word. See no nuclear energy here. We're worried about one that could happen. Maybe we can go have Jeff Rentz and Alex Jones sell us some water filters. Maybe they could tag these videos on their website, get rich again. Kevin Blanch in critical condition doing all the dirty work, and they don't send me 5 cents. It's disturbing. Fish. They're trapped. Not for very long, they're trapped. She'll rise right back up. When you get low tide in these super moons, you get super high tide. And it happens fast, so you gotta be Johnny on the spot. I am, always. My footage is so historic, it's unbelievable. Kevin Blanch, the marine biologist in the high desert of Utah. It still blows my mind. Let's go to San Diego on the plane. Some guy's got a grown man with a little stuffed toy manatee. I'm like, so you from South? Yeah, what's with the manatee? I just love the manatee. San Diego, what about the silts and the sea lions? I talked to you about the malic acid and the collapse of the... You know what I was talking about. I might as well have been talking, Martian. Oh my God. Unbelievable, right? It's fucking unbelievable. Baby ones. Crabs. I'd say they're about 5% the hermit crabs. No, there's a big urchin right there. See? That's the biggest one I found down there in that canyon. It's hidden down there. It's trying. It's not flowering. They flower. Yeah, they're beautiful. They don't look like that. They're not supposed to look like that. This is where the starfish love to get in these canyons. Attached to the walls. This is California sea stars. Let's go up to Point Loma. Yeah, they got a gate. $25. People just line up to go see dead typos. I found a hermit crab. I found a... brittle star. Isn't that a sea star? Oh my God. Are you kidding me? The ranger out there, she says, and she says, we used to laugh at you, Kevin. In the early days. We don't laugh at you no more. You're the man you called this. She says, she tells the best story. She says, Kevin, there was this so-called California University San Diego State marine biologist. Those aren't biologists. Came out here, and the last time I saw a California crimson, the red, great big ones are as big as I am. She said he picked it up and had it attached to his chest and was walking up around the park and out of the park with it. She went off on it. It's against the law to pull anything out of a tide pool. I catch people poaching with lights, octopus at PV Point all the time, which is against, they don't care. It's like the whale petters. Yeah, I talked to some girl. I'm from August. I was living in San Diego and I went diving in Hawaii. I just want a humpback to come up and just cuddle me. Oh, blah. The whale petters. I mean, they're gonzo. Go get a dolphin tattooed on your... She's going to start rocking and rolling, but I got it. I worked this whole reef this morning. I mean, all of it. At a storage boat. It doesn't last long. See those sea anemones? They tried. They're dead. Oh, it's pathetic. It's sad. Every time you see a hole in the rocks, that represents, a California purple urchin, a species, a missing species. More dead urchins right there. God, they're pathetic looking, right? It's just urban runoff. Just wasting disease. Just demonic acid. So you rehabilitate the sea lions here and the seals and the dolphins, and you put them in the ocean back if you can save them. And they swim up to Gold Beach on the mouth of the Rogue or the Columbia, and Oregon legally shoots them. They're out there shooting today. Yeah, legally. Congress passed an act to save the salmon by shooting sea lions. Look it up if you don't believe me. You're asleep. Sad, ain't it? It's unbelievable. Keep going. Let's get this whole reef on. see the price of food down here. Oh, the hotels. Oh, ho, ho. My cute little place. I used to stay in there in slums of La Jolla for $300 a week. Literally, it's $4.99 a night. You come, you know, and like, oh, when we come to see the sun, it's just cloudy. Yeah, that's what San Diego is. Well, we come to eat at the Gaslight. You know, trip over the homeless encampments. Don't you have restaurants in your town? There we go. Look at this big old shrine, right? That's the healthiest one I found. And it ain't too healthy. I've gotten it all. I've worked this whole reef this morning, every inch of it. That little tag. I thought about where to go because you only get so many opportunities. I'll get a different one in the morning. Low tides. It ends quick. But low tide of the year, Kevin Blanch is here. You know, most is where I didn't critical condition. You know, I had two massive heart attacks this morning. Ooh, nice. Nice. How do you think he does it? Beam and Blanch, dead tide pole jumping, world champion. That's my gold medal to prove it. Made by the real salmon biologist in Oregon, Tim Martin. He's up there right now, documenting this salmon collapse. He's at Gold Beach right now. Woo-hoo. Beautiful, right? Nice. She's going to get raging any minute now. So I'm so glad I got it. And I did. I got it all this morning. I worked this whole reef, all of it. Not one starfish, not one California purple airfish, not one sea star. A bunch of real sick-looking sea anemones, and I mean sick-looking sea anemones. The mussel situation's horrific. So, mix in some Tijuana sewer with some. They were going to fix the sewer system here when I was a little boy, and I'm old. Can't tell up the infrastructure for a year or two. Tourism economy, tourism economy, tourism economy. Poison water system. Let's go up to Carlsbad to the desal plant. Oh, that's only 10% of San Diego's water. Okay. Starfish can't live in it. Salmon struggle with it. Oh, I don't drink tap water. You drink beer? Do you take a shower? Cool changes on Balco. Wow. Get all the way over here to Sunset Cliffs. A little tight, and I'll get up out. I'm exhausted. Gotta fly. I didn't know I had that ugly layover in that hideous Vegas airport. Oh my God, it's so sad how wiped out they are. Hey, come on, let's take some selfies with my dogs on their leash. Oh, the friendship slaves. Pee-pee and Foo-Foo love the sea turtles. Well, the sea turtles don't love Pee-pee and Foo-Foo. And my dogs just love me. No, they don't. You feed them. Stop feeding them and let the neighbor feed them. They'll be their best friend. It's disturbing is what it is. What past disturbing? These animals don't have a chance. Oh, we have leash laws. No, you don't. See how they talk to them? Well, when you can't have a relationship with a person, why not have one with a dog? You know, it's like I used to say, why do people have so many kids in a day? So they have somebody to talk to. Clueless. Let's get on top of this reef. Do you know about the California current? I tell everybody, why is all these drownings? This is a kid who grew up here. Thought last year we had all these drownings right here. Well, you know about the California current, it's in close. You know how swift it is? And it's cold. They're out there swimming, they get caught in it. Riptide on Balco, what's that? What's the Japanese current? Let's see, a bridge made it to Gold Beach in 6 or 7 days, an overpass that cars drive on. After Fukushima, the great 9-point earthquake in 6 or 7 days. What? What's the ocean current? How do you think these whales freaking migrate? You know, they know how to, you know, when you see the Southern Cross for the first time. This is sad. It's unbelievable. 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 It's disturbing. Nothing. Again, the seagrass is invasive for the most part. Why? Because it can live on urban runoff. Get your Chemlon. They have pretty green weeds. Sewer. Remember when I got the California hares? What's the California hare? The big black. Remember when I got that footage of them at TV by the hundreds? Yeah, because they can live up Stank Bank. They're back eddies. Well, it's sad. Here's my report. I've worked the whole week. The fight's about over. I'll get tomorrow's up the coast. I'm glad I came here. What a great look. The reason they put these piers where they put them. But people can't see the dead forest through the dead trees. Bye, San Diego. Yay! What'd you do there? I went to the beach and the sun never come out, honey. We went to the dollar store and bought some plastic toys for the kiddies. We're going to SeaWorld. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. We went to the Gaslight Nate. Okay. Beefy and Fufu love the sea turtles. All right. Okay. Fuck. Unconscious America. It's all cliche. It's like Peter and those guys went to the Deadhead show in Denver, and I says, think about the dead. I used to go with Garcia was there when he was the anti-nuclear. I used to love Garcia because of his stance on nuclear energy. They don't stand for anything. Money. I says, look at the crowd at a Deadhead show. I mean, how's that even still going compared to the original crowds when you were young and they meant something? Yeah, it's all cliche. California's cliche. Monterey Bay is a cliche. California's a cultural theme park with no culture. At least it took Florence, Italy 500 years to become a cultural theme park with real culture. So some hermit crabs, not a lot, comparably. Some sick California, really sick. My grandsons are like, the only time you find anything, Grandpa, is when we're with you. I said, yeah, those beautiful young eyes, but you ain't young no more. You guys are 12-year-olds. You know, so you'll be poisoned by American culture now. You won't be able to see it. You're too busy now. Culture's got you. Music, television, well, just people. I'm a fool to do your dead typos at your feet, Edie. It's a cult. Don't say the F word. Whatever you do not say the F word, man. I worked the whole reef. The reef ends right there. You know, it's bringing some rocks. More friendship slaves. Same friendship slaves? Nope, different ones. Thought we had leash laws. Fifi and Fufu love the sea. When they're going to be, I always tell people, I'm just still waiting for the day that the dogs put leashes on humans. Oh, the 3 branches of government did that. CIA, NSA, CFR. Guess what, all you people that have orchestrated this greatest cover-up in human history, the Fukushima disaster, which is coincidence, I proved that it's not. Guess what? You get cancer too. What did Einstein say hell was? A black hole? And you can't say where the demi came from, you think, Blanch. No. Nope. You can't talk anything like, because the social engineers, they know everything. And they don't know anything. You get cancer too. Kevin Blanch. Given 2 months to live. What, in 2011? Under the bone marrow transplant on 11/11/11. My place in time. So that's my final report. That's the end of the reef right here. I covered this incredible reef at historic low tide. I'm so glad I got it. What's my report? Not one single Upper California purple orchard. Not one single starfish. Some really sickly CNN. I mean, the sickest I've ever saw. About 1 or 2% of hermit crabs. No purple urchins. No California hares. No banana slugs. With this lonely view, California, I'm resting in peace. With the last snowy Ingrid, I share this lonely view. Stand tuned.